Back to my YouTube channel. Let me start with the quote. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Myself Kusma, studying in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. Today I am here to explain you all about 1G to 6G technology. What is 1G? 1G refers to the first generation of the wireless cellular technology and they enabled communication between two supported devices using a wireless network. Based on the analog system, 1G supported only voice calls and those too of poor quality because of the interference, and it worked in a fixed area because of the lack of roaming supported by the network. The main differences between those two mobile cellular generations is that the audio transmissions of the 1G networks were analog while 2G networks were entirely digital. Example of the 1G, the brick phone started in the year 1980. An iconic feature of the 1980s analog phones using 1G technology came with an antenna and could only make voice calls. The phones were heavy and battery life was short, but they were very easy to use. Advantages of the 1G. 1G mobile phones used a single universal network standard. It is known as the Advanced Mobile Phone System. These analog networks saw adoption around the world and brought different cell phone service providers together under a single network, allowing for shared cost of network development and maintenance. Compared to the earlier phones that required wide connections to the telephone network, 1G phones gave the users true mobility for the first time, allowing the people to take the phones outdoors and in the cars. Though bulky by the modern standards, most 1G mobile phones were comparable in size to the standard telephone handset. Disadvantages of the 1G. The main drawback of the 1G technology is that it uses analog signals rather than the digital signals. This is a less effective means of transmitting information. It is slower and the signals cannot reach as far in terms of saturated areas and such 2G and 3G signals is far more widespread. 1G technology compares unfavorably to its successors in the terms of overall connection quality. It has low capacity, unreliable handoff, it offers poor links, it has no security at all since the voice calls were played back in the radio towers. So these calls are susceptible to the unwanted eavesdropping by the third parties. Key features of the 1G. It is started in the year 1980. It requires a frequency of 800 to 900 MHz. It holds data capacity of 2 kilobits per second. It is an analog wireless technology and it uses a frequency division multiple access. It is a switching circuit. Next we move on to the 2G. What is 2G? 2G technology means second generation wireless telephone technology. It is based on the technology known as the Global System for the Mobile Communication, or in the short we can say GSM. This technology enabled various networks to offer services such as text messages, picture messages and MMS, multimedia messages. GSM has enabled the users to make use of the short message services SMS to any mobile network at any time. SMS is a cheap and easy way to send messages to both the network operators and ultimate users at the same time. Second generation was launched in Finland in the year 1991. All phone conversations are digitally encrypted. 2G networks are more efficient on the spectrum. They can allow for greater mobile phone penetration levels. And 2G introduced data services for mobile starting with SMS text messages. Advantages of the 2G. 2G technology is useful to both the users and the network operators at the same time. Digital systems are embraced by the consumers for any reasons. The lower power radio signals required less battery power, so the phones last longer between the charges and the batteries can be smaller. 2G technology offers improved privacy that was not possible with the earlier technologies. 2G phones are more private than 1G phones, which have no protection whatsoever against eavesdropping. The digital cellular calls are harder to eavesdrop on by use of the radio scanners, while the security algorithms used have proved not to be as secure as initially advertised. 2G technology introduces the digital data services such as SMS and email that have allowed the world to shrink and come closer. You cannot have two or more cloned handsets having the same phone number under 2G technologies. This has helped in reducing any chances of fraud to a minimum. Disadvantages of the 2G. You can see many advantages of the 2G technology, but using 2G technology requires powerful digital signals to help mobile phones work. The digital signals could be weak if there is no network coverage in any specific area. The weaker digital signal transmitted by the cellular phone cannot be sufficient to reach the cell tower in less populous areas. It causes a particular problem on 2G systems deployed on higher frequencies, but is mostly not a problem on the 2G systems deployed on the lower frequencies. The national regulations differ greatly among the countries which dictate where 2G can be deployed. 2G is less compatible with smartphones' functions. Data transmission speed can be more than 4 million bits per second in 3G technology, but it is less than 50,000 bits per second in 2G network. GSM offers a fixed maximum cell site range of 35 km, which is imposed by the technical limitations. These are the examples of the 2G technology. Key features of the 2G technology: phone calls, send or receive email messages, web browsing, speed is 64 to 144 kilobits per second, camera phones. Next, we move on to the 3G. 3G technology stands for the third generation technology. It is a wireless network technology which is utilized in the smartphones such as iPhones and Blackberries. While the predecessor second generation technology was formulated around voice applications like talking, call waiting, and voicemail. 3G provides a peak speed of up to 40 megabits per second and works at a frequencies up to 2.1 gigahertz. 3G technology puts a strong emphasis on the internet and multimedia services such as web browsing, video conferencing, and downloading music. Evolution of the 3G technology was due to the limited capacity of the 2G networks. 2G technology were built for voice calls and slow data transmission, but these services were unable to satisfy the requirements of the present wireless revolution. Applications of the 3G: mobile internet connectivity, mobile TV, multimedia services, downloading various applications, enhanced music on your mobile, location based services, taking games to the next level. These are the some of the examples of the 3G. Next we move on to the 4G. What is 4G? 4G is the fourth generation of the mobile phone technology. It follows on from third and 2G. So what are the benefits of 4G? The benefits of 4G fall firmly into three categories, which are improved speeds, reduced latency, and crystal clear voice calls. These are the some of the examples of the 4G. Next we move on to the evolution of the 4G. Latest and fastest generation of the mobile phone communication based on the same 3G technology with improvements named as LTE. First used in 2009 in Sweden. Range is 100 megabits per second to 1 gigabits per second. Applications of the 4G: public safety, sensors in public vehicle, cameras in traffic light, traffic control during disasters, multimedia video services. Next we move on to the benefits of 4G over 3G. 4G allows 4 times faster transmission speed than 3G. 4G offers faster video streaming, better video conferencing, better and faster multiplayer online games, faster data transmission, higher upstream and downstream speeds, lesser stuttering, higher resolution of multimedia. Next we move on to the 5G. What is 5G? 5G is the fifth generation mobile network. It is a new global wireless standard after 1G, 2G, 3G and 4G networks. 5G enables a new kind of network that is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including machines, objects, and devices. Who invented 5G? No one company of the person owns 5G, but there are several companies within the mobile ecosystem that are contributing to bringing 5G to the life. Qualcomm has played a major role in inventing many foundational technologies that drive the industry forward and make up 5G the next wireless standard. Examples of the 5G. Next, we move on to the key features of the 5G. Key features of the 5G technology are as follows: ultra fast mobile interrupt up to 10 gigabits per second, low latency in milliseconds, total cost reduction of the data, higher security and reliable network, uses technologies like small cells and beamforming to improve efficiency, forward compatibility network offers further enhancement in future, cloud based infrastructure offers poor efficiency, easy maintenance and upgrade of the hardware. Advantages of the 5G: high resolution and bidirectional large bandwidth shaping, technology to gather all networks on one platform, more effective and efficient, technology to facilitate subscriber supervision tools for the quick action, most likely will provide a huge broadcasting data in gigabit, which will support more than 60,000 connections, easily manageable with the previous generations, technological sounds to support heterogeneous services including private network, possible to provide uniform uninterrupted and consistent connectivity across the world. Disadvantages of the 5G: technology is still under the process and research on its viability is going on. The speed this technology is claiming seems difficult to achieve. In future it may be because of the incompetent technological support in most parts of the world. Many of the old devices would not be competent to 5G. Hence, all of them need to be replaced with new one, expensive deal. Developing infrastructure needs high cost. Security and privacy issue yet to be solved. Next we move on to the 6G. What is 6G? 6G stands for the 6th generation wireless technology and it is still in the early stages of the research and development. According to some experts, 6G could be available by 2030 and it could offer speeds of up to 100 times faster than 5G as well as ultra low latency, high reliability and massive capacity. 6G could be also enable new applications and services that require extreme performance such as holographic communication, immersive virtual reliability and artificial intelligence. You have probably heard of 5G, the latest generation of the wireless technology that promises faster speeds, lower latency and more connectivity. But what about 6G? The next frontier of the wireless network that could revolutionize the way we communicate, work, and live in the next decade. So 6G differ from 5G. So 6G is not just an incremental improvement over 5G, but radical leap forward that could change the way wireless network operate. 6G could use higher frequency bands such as terahertz and submillimeter waves that can carry more data but have shorter range of and higher attenuation. 6G could also leverage new technologies such as orbital satellites, quantum communication, and blockchain to create a global network that is more secure and decentralized. 5G and 6G both use wireless spectrum the data bearing frequencies that enable wireless communications of higher range as compared to 4G, 3G, and 2G networks. However, even between 5G and 6G, the former is allocated for low band and high band frequencies, sub 6 GHz and above 24.25 GHz respectively. 6G on the other hand uses 95 GHz to 3 THz frequencies. These are the some of the examples of the 6G. Next we move on to the key features of the 6G. Multiband ultra fast speed, energy efficient communication, artificial intelligence, high security, secrecy and privacy. Guys, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.